you have any questions, we'd be sure the governor, the wannabe governor, would be happy to take a shot at them.
Coincidentally, Brian Dugan had a press conference a little while ago at which he had a couple of people saying he'd be the good governor to have for innovative businesses. The voters sitting at home going, I don't know which one of them to believe. He said he would bring broadband within 2 years. He said he would provide the tax incentives needed to create small businesses. What's the order to make of that?
Well, let me first say, it seems to me that if you want to create jobs, which we must, it's important to start with a jobs creator, someone who's actually been meeting at the table, growing a business, making the tough decisions that small businesses have to make to thrive in this state. Brian has never run a small business. He's never met a payroll. I've been doing that since I was 23, and I've had extraordinary luck and success in that effort. But second, and most important, I don't think you'll find an election in Vermont where the differences between the candidates on the issues could not be more stark. Let's talk about job creation. My vision is that as we get off of oil and move to other ways of getting it done, there's huge economic opportunities for the planet, and Vermont has an opportunity, if we play our cards right, to get some sliver of that economic opportunity, as this company is here. How do we get it? When I asked today, what's your biggest challenge? The answer was rising costs of health insurance. I have a plan to fix that. Brian doesn't. We're very much opposed to each other's plans. His is, in my judgment, to do what we've been doing. Well, we've watched healthcare costs double in Vermont in the last 8 years, from $2.5 billion to over $5 billion. We are now spending $1 million a day, more than we spent yesterday on healthcare. I believe that we can move to a system, a single-payer healthcare system that contains costs where we get it off the backs of the employers as an obligation to provide health insurance to employees. If we do that, and I understand it's a struggle, but if we can do that, I think that's the single biggest jobs creator for small business, because it's the single biggest tax that they pay. That $1 million a day is a hidden tax that is doubled under this current administration. Second, broadband and cell service. Lieutenant Governor says that he wants to get it done. The obvious question is then, why didn't he? Why didn't he? If you have a state where the chief executive makes me a promise that they're going to create jobs, that they're going to get broadband every last mile, and they're going to provide affordable health care, and you fail on all 3 counts, I would say fire the management, bring in new management. That's what I think we need to do.
He said broadband would, all we got to do is continue at 248 permitting. Then we have the federal money coming, and we have the VTA in place, and it'll happen. Do you agree with that?
My own judgment is that we need to bring all the players to the table and analyze what we're doing well and what we're not doing well. VTA had a charge to get the job done by 2010. It didn't happen. So let's sit back with new leadership, talk to all the providers, talk to all the statewide experts. I will convene that meeting before I am sworn in as governor. Put together a plan and then go get it done. I don't think that if we just simply stumble along on the current course, we can expect things to be appreciably different than the promises that were made and the promises that were not kept. And this is critical. You know, today, the treasurer and I got in the car. We started in Burlington at 6:30 this morning. We traveled a circle all the way over the Northeast Kingdom down through Stowe and back. We did not have cell service for 90% of our journey. I had to use a hard line at Sterling College because I needed to make a call. After an hour and a half of no cell service, we needed access to a telephone. Had there still been telephone booths, we would have used one of those. We're in the Middle Ages here. You know, we now, the state of Vermont, is behind Slovakia and Romania in connectivity. The developing world has us beat. I have been in Da Nang, Vietnam. I have been in My Lai, Vietnam, where I can get faster cell service and internet access than I can get in Putney, Vermont, or in the Northeast Kingdom. We cannot compete if we don't get it done. This team said they'd get it done, they didn't. let's hire a new manager, someone who's run a business, let's get it done.
This federal funding that we got is obviously a crucial piece of making this happen. How do we go about spending that in the right way so that we do end up doing this whole activity?
Yeah, I think that's the critical question that hasn't been asked. I think we're stumbling along without an adequate plan. The federal funding is a tremendous help. This era money is going to give the next governor a real boost in delivering on the promise I'm making. But to simply say, okay, we're all set, without ensuring that we're making the right moves, we're investing the dollars in the right places, and when it's done, that we will have high-speed internet access at the end of every last mile, I think would be a poor business plan. Let's get around the table, put together a plan, and deliver on it, so there's no more false promises. Listen, it's easy to stand up before the state and say, as they did 4 years ago, you know, very soon, by 2010, you'll never have to ask again, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? I mean, if I had a dime for every time in this campaign I go, can you hear me now? You know, I wouldn't be raising money still. The fact of the matter is, we got to fix it. The team in place failed. Let's get a team in place that can get it done. I've been meeting at table, running a business, delivering on tough things in the legislature for a long time. This is one of many things that the next governor has to deliver. The next governor is going to have an assignment not unlike that was given to Barack Obama. Multiple challenges on multiple fronts, both cutting and managing budgets at the same time that we put in infrastructure, getting healthcare costs under control, broadband delivered to every last mile, and ensuring that we have the best educated workforce in the country. That's our jobs future. The question for Vermonters in this last week in this campaign is, who has the confidence, who has the vision, who has the experience to deliver, to get the middle class back to work, to create jobs, to lift Vermont's economic growth?
Is it fair to say that you don't know specifically how the money should be spent, but you consult with people that you think are qualified to make those decisions?
I'm not a telecom expert. Governor Markell is. I'll bring him in if he'll come, but we're going to bring in the experts. That's how I get things done. We're going to sit around the table, we're going to listen, we're going to make decisions, and we're going to move. I think that's a change from the current plan.
Is it fair to tag the lieutenant governor with he didn't get it done when lieutenant governors don't get?
You know, I'm so sick and tired of going back and forth about, you know, whether or not Brian should have gotten this done or whether I should have this done. Let's talk about what we're going to do. The evidence is clear. The promise was made. We missed it. We still run cell service and broadband every last mile in Vermont. We're not anywhere near meeting the goal of the promise that was made. The voters have to decide that question. What I can tell you is if you hire me, if you put me in charge, I will get it done. I have a long record of getting tough things done. This is one of about 24 tough things the next governor has to do very quickly. And the question you have to ask is, as the Burlington Free Press said in their editorial on Sunday, do you want someone who lays out a broad vision, identifies the problem, is very clear about where we need to go, and has the reputation of getting tough things done, or not? That's what they said I will do. I agree with them. We will. I hope the voters will agree a week from Tuesday.
I have a question for Governor